Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back with another visual. We got Hancock, the most disrespectful superhero of all time. Did you like Hancock?
Yeah, I mean it was cool. Yeah, I liked it.
I can't remember. Oh, let's all say it together. I can't remember.
I can't. It's been so long.
What was Hancock's first name?
John.
Just make sure, because that's easy.
I remember that, but I can't remember like details because it's been so long. But yeah, let's get into it. No need to prolong it. Come on.
What's the
man? I don't know.
What's the word he don't like?
I don't know.
What's the word he don't like people calling him?
I don't know. I just said I'll remember stuff, and you asking me questions. I don't know.
Trash memory.
Yeah.
Hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box
down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
lock it in with a thumbs up.
Visuals. Let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about, y'all. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
All units, I repeat, we need backup right now.
The scene opens with three guys lighting the city up like it's GTA. They've got a chopper tailing.
It's a new dude. It's a new dude every day. Who was this? She said, who is this fella?
I don't know who that is.
Like, normally, I was starting to get...
I was getting used to, the different...
But now I can't keep up with them.
Them, so it's safe to say they're at least clocking like 3 stars. Meanwhile, Hancock, aka Will Smith, is slumped over on a bench, drunk as hell. He definitely went on a bender the night before. This kid strolls up on him like, bro,
you ain't seeing all this chaos on the news? Maybe go be a hero or something.
He was hungover bad. Brody did not want to go play hero, but he said it, grabbed his bottle and took off. I've never seen drunk flying before, but apparently this is what it looks like. Straight up crashing into signs and taking out police? Nah, this is criminal. He rips the roof off the felon's whip, lands in the back seat, and the criminals are sitting there in disbelief. Cause real shit, what do you do in this situation? Hancock tells them to stop shouting and chill out, or his head is going up the driver's ass and the driver's head is going up his ass. And yeah, they didn't really like where that was going, so they started spraying at him, lighting him up, shattering his liquor bottle, and that's a big no-no to an alcoholic. He slams his foot onto the ground, forcing the car to a dead stop, then picks it up and had those dudes screaming for...
How you say car? How you say car?
Car. Do you say car? Do you put the R on it?
Depends on the situation.
I'll be like, go get in a car.
And then
go get in a car.
I'll be like, you ask me where it's at, I might be like, it's in a car.
You put the R on it.
I put the R, but I do say it the way you say it.
I be like, it's in a car.
But I also put the R on it.
It's in the car?
I be like, it's in a car. But you hear me, I say, the
just
car.
Talk that, like, don't think about it.
I will say I put it in the car.
You're proper.
I'm not proper.
No, I'm just saying, but
no, I will say like car. But
you won't say it like that. I've never heard you say car.
But I do say with the R though.
You say with the R. I never noticed that. You say with the R. That's crazy. Yeah.
Do I really say it with the R?
Yeah, I say car. Yeah.
Car.
Go put it in the car.
Car.
I feel like it takes so much for me to say car.
The car. But I think I still say it with it like, you know what I'm saying? I don't say put it in the car. Nah, hell no. Nah.
You sound like you.
Hell no. It doesn't feel right coming out. The car.
Go put in the car. Yeah, but
it don't feel right.
But I can talk the proper way. I just choose not to because it's more comfortable for me to just say whatever.
The car.
Just whatever come out my mouth.
I can't.
Go put it in the car.
Go put it in the car. Car.
Yeah, you do say car.
Car.
Yeah.
So I say the R.
You do.
R. The car. R. Proper.
But I say different things. Like some things I say like.
But you with the most.
But I'm with the what?
How are you so country? But you got so much of the northern in you.
And that's what I was about to say. And I think also it's because of just the way I was raised. Because I was raised by so many, like, I'm from down south. Like, people from down south. People from...
So you... How do your aunties and everybody... My bad. We also all...
See, my aunties talk... One of my aunties talk more proper than the other. But they both from one area. And then my grandma...
Let me say this. One talk more ratchet and one talks more proper. That's
okay,
different.
one talk... But she talk ratchet, proper ratchet. And then the other one's really proper. But then my grandma was raised down south until she was 16, and then she moved. And then she moved to Detroit.
And she was gone for a long time.
And she was gone for just her entire life.
So majority of her life, she should have picked up the accent up there, not.
But that's what I'm saying. My grandma was, but that's what I'm saying. My grandma was more, like. So I think it's just from listening to different people growing up.
Sorry,
so
we off track, y'all.
Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
But
sorry.
I noticed how he said the car.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, he sounded like he from like maybe the UK or something.
Praying at him, lighting him up, shattering his liquor bottle, and that's a big no-no to an alcoholic. He slammed his foot onto the ground, forcing the car to a dead stop, then picks it up and had those dudes screaming for their lives. And Hancock really didn't give a fuck, because how the hell are you smashing into the side of an entire building? Like, come on, gang, that might go towards our taxes. So a chopper flies by and this nigga just drops the whip like nothing. And if I was in that car, that alone...
He just saying the N-word. He sound like a white guy.
No, he don't.
This motherfucker lie.
Come on, bro. Let's just come on.
Would have been enough to send me straight to the pearly gates, ready for this concert. Right before it hits the ground, he snags it up again, then smacks it against another building. They start begging him to put them back down, and he's like, "Aight, bet." Tossing the car up, then jumps on it, and it goes piercing straight through the pinnacle. And yeah, like, it's safe to say this might be the worst use of superpowers I've ever seen. And listen, I'm not too sure if he's officially a comic book character, but his badges are tough. I can't lie. He got super strength, flight, near invulnerability, and he's been living for centuries, basically the same amount of time Bron's been carrying the league.
You ain't lying.
So the police department, the government, and just...
What league? Boy, you gotta show yourself, bro. Hey, we gotta understand it. You like fried chicken, you like fish and chip.
No, no.
He like, I like both. You like Nando's or you like KFC? We don't like KFC here, so that's how we know you ain't.
You don't like KFC. Come on.
A lot of people don't like KFC. You ask them KFC or Popeyes. KFC or Popeyes?
I like Popeyes, but I used to like KFC back in the day because that's all we had.
KFC or Churches?
Come on, bro.
KFC or Churches?
I ain't choosing.
KFC or Churches? KFC or Churches now? Zaxby's or Razor Canes?
Okay, babe, come on, man.
Zaxby's or Razor Canes? I just need an answer. Zaxby's.
You ain't getting no answer.
I press play and get an answer. Zaxby's or Razor Canes?
I like whichever one closer.
That's my answer.
Come on.
Hey, I know the answer, y'all. Y'all don't know the answer, but I know the answer.
Whichever one closer.
Ooh.
Come on.
Same amount of time Bron's been carrying the league.
You ain't lying.
So the police department, the government, and just about every civilian in town finally said enough is enough when it comes to this man. And seriously, can we address the elephant in the room? The man's name is Hancock. Like, hey, yo! You can't tell me if he wasn't superhuman, he wouldn't be getting fried every day. But all jokes...
You gotta be an American to understand the term, or the whole thing. It's Sonya John Hancock in American terms. It's British, they don't understand.
Besides, this dude is causing more property damage than the criminals he's stopping. So the people are over it. They want him gone like Congress wants TikTok wiped off the map. Hey, and I don't blame them. So Ray, aka Stupid, finds himself stuck on the train tracks. He tries to bail out but manages to snap his own door handle. So he just slumps back, eyes closed, basically accepting his fate like, welp, guess this is it. But Hancock pulls up like, what the hell you doing, and flips the entire car off the tracks. And this nigga just stands there letting the train completely smash right into him. And you know, we're all thinking the same thing, like, really bro? You couldn't just fly up or like move out the way? And look at the damage that this guy has caused. He's a real mess. All the people start growling at him, but Ray sticks up for him for saving his life. Hancock then drops him home because, I mean, I don't think his whip was drivable, then gets invited in for dinner. And this nigga had no decorum whatsoever. He was eating like it was his last meal. And when he was done, he left with the whole wine bottle. These are the type of niggas that you can't take everywhere. He pulls back up the next day and of course he drills another hole on the road. Like, you can't make this shit up.
Like Hancock, you can't come in on South Landers. Or you just can't come in like an easy soft lander. You
gotta
know what
make
I'm
his
saying?
presence known, child.
And then your hoodie just you ain't got on cape. You know what I'm saying? It's just the hoodie.
Holland at the back calls him an asshole, which immediately triggers Hancock. He walks right up to him, takes off his shades, and tells him that's really not a nice thing to say to people. But Holland don't give a fuck. He's like,
You behave like an asshole.
Hancock tells him, yo, you better stop calling me that.
You
But
know
if you know
he has an
football,
accent?
you know Holland loves a good hat trick. So he says it 3 more times.
Asshole. Why asshole? Asshole.
Hancock gives him that look, kinda like the one he gave Chris Rock right before slapping the fire out of him, and says, call me asshole 1 more time. But Holland don't give a damn. He says that shit again, and pow! Sends his ass flying to the sky, and his 2 little sidekicks wanted no part of that ride. And do I blame him? No, my ass went on a Batman roller coaster when I was 11 and no amusement park has seen me since. Ray steps out and they start chatting for a bit. Mid-conversation, Hancock catches this kid and he had that boy rethinking his whole life. I guarantee you that night he slept something like this. And remember, for the city, this is nothing new. Ray literally shows Hancock viral YouTube clips of him being reckless. And yes, he does pull more views than me. The US Constitution is fed up with Hancock. They want him behind bars. Ray, on the other hand, has what he thinks is a genius plan. Hancock should turn himself in for 2 weeks so people actually miss him and maybe realize how much they actually need him. And somehow he convinces Hancock to do it. Crazy, right? Because if I had superpowers, the last place you gonna find me is behind bars. So he apologizes to the public.
Would you have turned yourself in?
Nah.
I just stopped helping them.
No. Yeah, I probably just, all right, y'all don't want me? Okay, cool. Got you.
But I ain't finna go to jail.
I ain't going to jail.
Well, you Hancock. You can whoop ass in there.
I ain't even doing all that.
Like,
I ain't doing all that. I ain't trying to do
Ain't
that.
nobody gonna bother you.
I'm good.
You get you a little munch.
That's besides the point. A little who?
Munch.
What's that?
Somebody like to eat on carpet.
Oh.
Think I will Phillies?
That was just fine. I know what it was.
Public and checks himself into prison. Not even 2 minutes inside and every inmate is staring at him like he fresh meat. The Big Show sticks in front of him, blocking his path. Hancock glances left and right and it finally clicks. Every single one of these guys are in here because of him. Talk about an awkward family reunion. He politely asks if he can just head to his cell. But these 2 dudes don't budge an inch. One of them even looks at him crazy. So Hancock warns them, if you don't move, your head's going up his ass. The inmates start laughing and Hancock's like, y'all sure y'all want to ride this train? And this nigga's like, choo choo. And
Choo
yeah.
choo.
This has to be the worst possible thing that can happen to anyone, period.
Which one worse though? Which, like, let's all be real.
Oh.
Which one is worse? My head up your, or your head up my?
Both of them bad.
But which worse?
They both bad. I can't choose.
Cause I'm
in pain now.
I gotta smell this, right?
But then that's pain.
But that hole ain't meant to be open that wide now.
Not that wide. That's
Now I can recover from. I can recover. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to stitch me up after that.
Oh yeah, the inmate finna have a field day with you. You bust wide open.
Okay, that's enough.
Bust it. Then I tell her. Oh, might end up turning into somebody a little bit.
Okay, babe.
I ain't got to lube it up no more.
Okay,
The inmate's reaction had me dying. And honestly, which position is worse, A or B? Let me know in the comments.
He
Ray
got
gets
that thing
called in
off.
after hearing. Honestly, which position is worse, A?
I said, you got that little thing tooted in the booty, child.
He do got it tooted like he wants somebody up his.
I ain't noticed him.
I ain't know this is little
He's
ass.
little. Okay, come on.
Or B? Let me know in the comments. Ray gets called in after hearing what Hancock did. and the DA office wants to lock him up for 8 years. The second Hancock catches a wind of that, he's like, excuse me? Cuts straight through the glass and tells Ray, run that by me again? Then he just gets up and busts right through the door, letting everybody know that jail is his choice, not theirs. Ray hits him with that sweet talk about how miserable he's gonna be for the rest of his life if he doesn't do this the right way. And yeah, somehow that guilt trip worked. Hancock decides to stay in for a few more weeks, even though he can clearly walk out whenever he wanted to. So the crime rate shoots up to 30%, and the chief of police calls him in for help. And he's like, I bet, and flies right to the hostage situation, wearing some tight ass leather suit, probably Edna's work. As he's walking towards the building, they shoot a rocket at him, and he slaps it away, blowing up the house. Then rushes the injured officer to safety. And you could tell he has zero clue on how to be a hero. Bro was awkward as hell, and it was kind of funny to watch, I can't lie. The robbers stop shooting and stand there looking scared as hell. Bro starts flying in and out the window, taking them out one by one, which has the leader flipping out, yelling at the hostages. And trust me, even if they're new, why would they tell you? Hancock finally reveals himself. I thought they had you in the slander. Nah, I got out early. That don't matter anyways. I need you to break inside that vault, grab me my bread, or all these hostages are getting first class seats to see the man above. Yeah, threatening a superhuman is wild. Hancock tries giving him the benefit of the doubt, but he drops that word.
Do you hear me, asshole?
And yeah, he was walking out with his hand still on the trigger. So now everyone's cheering for him and he's finally getting some love. Fast forward and we find out that Ray's wife also has powers. Hancock tries kissing Mary and she straight up tosses him right across the house onto the street. Bro was flabbergasted. She threatens him not to tell anyone about her abilities or he's gonna be on a t-shirt. The next day, Hancock wanted answers about who they really were and where they came from, but she was dodging his questions and capping like crazy. So he says, fine, I'm gonna tell Ray, then flies off. She definitely wasn't gonna let that slide. She catches up to him, spearing him right into the mountain, and that must have hurt, with or without powers. He gonna struggle to get out of bed tomorrow. Mary was chasing him for a while until they crash land right into the city, destroying everything on sight. And imagine this dude had a passenger. GG's gang. Hancock calls her crazy, and that sets her off. Turns out she got the same thing he got. He calls her crazy again. This time she picks up a truck and smacks it on his head.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
And I can't lie, she might actually be crazy because she switches the weather and spawns like 3 tornadoes out of nowhere.
Which one worse though? Which one like worse superhero though? Not worse like that, but like which one like a better superhero to be, her or him? Like I'll go for my ladies.
Yeah.
That's that soft shit though. It's that soft ass shit. But why am I supposed to be soft? What you mean?
Right, you want me to be hard body?
You always being hard body. But I think what's calling them should do a death battle with him. Death battle should do Hancock.
Oh.
Hancock against who? And don't throw her in to make him weak. Like just like she ain't even existing. Can we do that? Because you know how they like to do like. But I think they should throw Hancock in. I know somebody in comments is gonna be like, but Hancock is not a real superhero. If you watching the movie, ain't you? He is a real superhero. Ain't none of the rest of them real, but they show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They fly up and start scrapping, tearing the city apart. And honestly, these two might be causing more property damage than the Avengers. They rip right through Ray's office, and imagine you're Ray looking down and the first thing you see is this. My heart would have just dropped to my ass, cause I would have thought Hancock just smashed my wife all over the city. And the worst bit about it, I can't do shit. Mary finally comes out clean, and it turns out that her and Hancock have been together for centuries. Yup, they're the last two of their species. As why she kept this from the Fresh Prince, I couldn't tell you. All this new information had Hancock stressed. And what do alcoholics do when they're stressed? Yup, you guessed it. He goes straight to the liquor store. But when he's there, he notices the shop owner acting a little weird and realizes the place was getting robbed. He breaks the counter and sends this nigga flying right into the fridge. God damn. The second gunman grabs the owner, threatening to smoke him. So Hancock snatches a chocolate bar and hurls it right at dude, knocking him out cold. But in the process, Hancock takes a few bullets. Usually that wouldn't bother him, except this time. He looks down and he's bleeding. Bro must have used up all his lives. I know a nigga who went through this. He gets rushed to the hospital and the number of doctors swarming him is wild. He definitely had health insurance. Mary explains that he's not going to heal this time because the closer they are together, the more mortal they become. And this right...
Let the volume drop.
Maybe a little bit.
What you said ooh for? You don't remember that?
Cause it came to me.
Okay.
Right here is nefarious work, because all she has to do is literally fly off and he'll literally start healing. But no, her ass is right by his bedside sweet talking. Like, bitch, if you don't fly off and save Will Smith. Anyways, those two train riders showed up to the hospital. I have no clue how they escaped prison, but that's not even the wildest part. Somehow they're walking together like nothing happened. Let's be real, if my head ever ended up in someone's cheeks or vice versa, we could never be in the same country, let alone side by side. The Big Show walks in and shoots Mary 3.
And he got a big head. The black dude.
versa, we could never be in the same country, let alone.
Look at the head. And the head was up his ass.
What you saying? He sure walking like
And he
ain't
walking
nothing
like he
happened.
ain't never got violated. That must did a good stitch job. Yeah, they
He
boot that
real
ass right
nice.
on up to the You ain't got no limb. You just unless he was used to taking.
Okay, babe.
But that head big though to be up, man. Big old grapefruit watermelon head, ain't it?
Side by side. The Big Show walks in and shoots Mary 3 times, dropping her. Hancock whips the bed right at them, knocking both
Come
of them out.
on.
He grabs Mary and takes her to another room, then spins the block, walking right up to the dude who shot her and tossing him straight out the window. He better know how to fly because they're on the 20th floor. More shooters pull up, blasting away. Hancock drops one, picks him up, flies onto the roof, knocking his head. The next guy gets chokeslammed right into the light. Shit gave me flashbacks of Kane. Hancock was really cooking these dudes, but that did not last. He gets shanked in the back, then kisses this metal pole 3 times. Had him dazed. Steve Rogers can relate, but he was still on his feet, so he smacks him one more time for good luck, knocking him to the ground. I bet Chris Rock watches this scene whenever he's down, probably kicking his feet. Mary ends up completely being unconscious, cause she's feeling everything that's happening to Hancock, which is wild. This dude picks him up and starts choking him, had Hancock gasping for air. It wasn't looking good. Imagine getting clapped by Ed Sheeran. You do not want this on your resume. So Hancock had to lock in. He grabs his nuts, which is wild. Picks him up,
Ooh.
Gotta do what
yanks
you
him out
gotta
the
do.
window. And this just had me thinking, is this why his name's Hancock? He tries to distance himself from Mary, but this guy shows up and starts unloading on him, knocking him to his knees. Just as he's about to end Hancock, Ray comes from behind and slices his hand right off, confirming that he will never be able.
I'm
The
loud.
other hand, he won't ever be able to have a hand again. Remember, that's the dude with the. He got this cut off. So you got this cut off. Now you can cut off this hand. Now what how I'm supposed to clap? That's the story. That's the end to his Hancock story.
Okay.
That's the finale.
Able to wipe his ass ever again. Ray then knocks him out, but it was too late. Hancock's heart stops. Psych!
I'm about to go back and like watch a lot of stuff because I can't remember anything before a certain year. I just can't remember anything.
No, I used to watch that all the time in college. It's one of my go-to joints.
For real.
I
I
had
used
the
to watch
DVD.
it.
So I had like my first year. We had like remember where I stayed at my first year up here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm talking about the first.
Yeah.
First apartment I had.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't have cable at one point. Like
Okay.
nobody like you had to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I after I got a job, I bought the cable and started having it. But before, all I had was DVDs, and I just used to watch DVDs all the time. So I just like Hancock was one of the ones I just play over and over and over and over and over and over.
So you know it.
So I know the movie like back of my hand. And that and what's the one with Jamie Foxx and Law Abiding Citizen.
And
I used to watch that
a
all
lot.
the time.
Yeah, I feel you.
But hey, y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. Sorry, y'all.
Don't be sorry. Come on.
I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra New. I'm about to say Sierra New Kid. What is this? Okay, come on.
I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Tennessee.
We out.
Peace.
Ain't no time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar.